Hello, ladies. How are we today? Just getting my stuff together. Put a little sage on for us while we let everybody come in. If you're catching the replay, hello. I get to talk to you guys first. So I love that you're catching the replay. I do watch all of your comments or look at all your comments. So please, definitely, if you are catching the replays of these, interact, engage, participate, because you are entered in the drawings as well to win free sessions with me. So yay. All right. So as you guys come in, I am just going to put a little sage here. If you guys don't know, sage is for clearing. It's to get it rid of the negative energy around us. I'm in the right group, right? Am I in the right group? Let me know you're here. Tell me who's here. Let me know I'm in the right group. Mandy, am I in the right group? Should be in my turning pain into power group. Yeah? Okay. I'm gonna have to check. Let's see. Yes, okay, I'm in the right group. So many times I've gone in my mentorship group and went live in there instead of on here. So I want to make sure I'm in the right group. So I'm going to sage you guys as well. All right, so I'm excited to be here today. I'm excited to share what I have to share with you because, oh, thank you, Mandy. I'm feeling really, really good lately. So, yeah, so to share what I have to share with you. So today, I think I said 7 yesterday, but I've combined them a little bit just to make sure we're out of here on time. So today, hopefully, will be about a half hour, possibly 45 minutes, because I do go on like my little tangents and stuff, but you know, it is what it is. All right, so yesterday, I would like to just recap. So yesterday, we went over 3 reasons why your manifestations might not be happening, okay? We identified that the vision, you got to be very, very specific. The why, right? The why behind we manifest, and then the be, do, have. So we did that yesterday. So if you did not catch that video, you want to go back to that and then come back to this one, okay? I love all of your takeaways from yesterday. I do see them. I do like and love them, okay? On Facebook. But yeah, so thank you for posting them. Again, it keeps my vibration high. It keeps me wanting to engage with you guys. So definitely keep doing that. So in this video, like I said, we're going to do the, actually, let me go back. I have notes. So let me go back to my notes because I know I'm missing something. So today is going to be posting your biggest takeaway, and it's going to be hashtag clear day 2. All right. So hashtag day clear 2. For your biggest takeaways in order to enter to win one of the 2 20-minute sessions with me. Claudia, you are kicking ass in here for the most active participant. I see all of your comments on everybody's post, so mwah, sending you much love. So anybody wants to compete, just, you know, be active in this group, okay? Now, today we're going to be talking about identifying your blocks, and then tomorrow we're going to be really getting into how to release them. All right, so first we got to know what they are, and then we got to be aware, which I always say awareness is key, and then we have to be able to let them go and release them, okay? So you don't want to miss tomorrow. Tomorrow is like one of the biggest days, all right? Again, if you're getting a lot out of this challenge and you think you want to work with me on a deeper level, I have, there she is. I have programs that can definitely help you heal. I am a healer. I help women heal from toxic relationships. So if you are fighting, even if you haven't been in a toxic relationship but have had toxic childhood, I can definitely help you get to where you want to be. So if you're interested in finding out what that looks like, the link is up below in the description of this video to book a call with me to see how I can help you, okay? So those calls are really for women who are ready to invest in themselves. There is an investment with that. I know from personal experience, if you do not invest in yourself, you really don't get the outcome that you want. And you can ask yourself that, right? If you've been buying these $30 courses, $100 courses, like, are you really getting out of it what you wanted? And if not, it's because you're not investing enough into yourself, all right? So definitely for women who are ready to invest in themselves, to level up and go to that next version of you that I talk about a lot of time. All right, so I appreciate you ladies for yesterday. having an open mind, listening to what I had to say, even though I know we hear a lot about manifestation and basically, how to do it and stuff. But I saw from a lot of your takeaways that you haven't heard what I was teaching yesterday. So you're going to be mind blown today. So definitely let me know in the comments, say excited if you are excited to hear what I'm going to teach you today. Ivory says it's so worth it. She's in my mentorship, making huge shifts. Awesome. Mandy too. Awesome. Okay. So we're going to go over 5 and you want to wait until the last one. All right. Because it's going to get deeper and deeper as we go through these. Okay. So I'll go back from, I kind of renumbered these, but let's see if I can keep this in my mind. So we'll go from number 5. All right. So number 5. So the least one here is basically environmental vibrations. So there's things that, okay, let me backtrack for a second. What is a block? What is a block? Now, yesterday we talked about 3 reasons why your manifestations might not be happening. Now, that's just like strategy and things to do to manifest. But a block is something, and I've had them before, so I know exactly what it feels like for me anyway. It's like you're right there, but you can't get there. It's like you've got to go over this hurdle, but you don't know what the hurdle is. And sometimes, like I know I've had it sometimes with connection to the divine. I get that a lot in my 21 days course to opening and accelerating psychic abilities. A lot of people think that they're blocked. And it's like you're trying, you feel like you're almost there. However, you just can't touch it. You can't get there. You can't get what you want. So it feels sometimes like a hurdle that you can't see. And therefore, it's not coming. Whatever you're trying to do is not coming to you. All right. That's different than feeling about I'm doing something wrong. It's just like I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing, but it's just not there. Like I can't get there. Okay. So that is kind of what I explain as a block. You guys can let me know in the comments if there is something else that you feel feels like your block. All right. Let me know if there's something else that you feel so I can address that. So one of the blocks, so like I said, I'm going to identify 5 blocks for you today. I think this is really going to be eye-opening for a lot of you on here. So definitely get a piece of paper and a pen and make sure you write all of these things down because these videos are coming down on Friday. So just make sure that you get them as you can. So number 5 here, we'll start. I'm not sure if I'm going to count these. I'm going to lose track. But is the environmental vibrations. Now, especially with what's going on in this world right now, especially like I'm homeschooling my kids, right? It can be the environment that is keeping you away from your block. Okay, so say for instance, especially if it's like connection to the divine or connection to your spirit guides or connection to your higher self, it can definitely be things around you that are keeping you away. Now, this could look like a couple of different things. It can look like daily clutter. And I addressed this in, I think it was a sabotage challenge that I did. I addressed this where if you have daily clutter and you're looking at it every day and you're thinking to yourself, oh my gosh, I have to clean that. Oh my gosh, I have to fix that. This renovation that's halfway done. Oh my gosh, I have to finish it, right? That is very energetically draining. So clutter around yourself can definitely be a block. Okay, because your mind is focused somewhere else. If you're trying to manifest and you're trying to put this energy into there, but you got things distracting you over here with clutter. Another thing could be the news and the media. I fell into this trap this year. I was waiting to hear about the school and I started watching the news and I got addicted to it. And I was like, oh my God, I got to stop watching this, right? The news can lower the vibration as well because it's all based on fear, which is why we don't watch the news. Please don't watch the news unless you really, really have to, but then shut it off when you know what you got, what you need to hear. But definitely news, media, your email, your Facebook feed. Like I have unfollowed anybody that's negative, anybody that's political. I only have good stuff coming up on my feed. That's why I'm on there so much. No, I'm not really, but you know what I mean? So you want to have high vibration stuff. So you really have to look around and see what low vibration things around you in your environment. The other thing could be like noise, especially if you're trying to connect, if you're trying to think, if you're trying to manifest. It's like if you're living in a very noisy atmosphere, like if you're in New York City and there's trucks and cars and horns and, you know, people and talking and there's just static. I live about an hour from there, so I know what I'm saying. But there's just, maybe not now, but there's static, right? Having children in the house all the time where they're yapping and talking and blah, 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 fighting, like that can definitely drain your energy and keep you further away from your manifestations. Okay. So environmental changes. So vibration. So you have to figure out what you need to change in your environment that then can start to lead you more towards your manifestation. It gives you time to raise your vibration, because again, we talked about the person being first. We have to be the person we want to be that has what we want. Therefore, is that person constantly having static in their head, having all this noise? I will tell you guys, and I'm just going to put this out there for you because I know there's a lot of people that use these, but I had like the Apple AirPods and I was wearing them. I had to take them out. Like I wear my earbuds now with wires because there was, I don't know if it's frequency or something like that, but I was getting too much static in my mind from wearing them. So again, just be very aware of things that are bringing your energy down around you. Okay. So Claudia says I'm right across the bridge. Yeah, I used to be as well. So yeah, definitely. So that can definitely, keep you away from your manifestations. All right. So that's number 5. Number 4 is going to be your tribe. Your tribe. And I said this last night in my Manifest course, like your vibe attracts your tribe and your tribe will affect your vibe. Okay. So if you have friends that are always complaining and always negative and always judging everybody, that is also going to affect your vibration. And we have to be at a high vibration in order to manifest. You don't have to be at the highest vibration, right? A lot of people will tell you that. Not really true, but you can't be down. You can't be in a depression. You can't be in the state of anxiety. You can't be in the state of fear when you're trying to manifest. So you really have to look at the people around you and see if they are affecting your vibration. Claudia says, yes, anything in your ear damages you. Oh, that's good to know. Yeah, it was like a frequency though. Like I can feel it. I was like, it was just so weird. Anyway, so your tribe. So definitely here we want to look at the people around you. And I know that this is one of the hardest things to do, is to let people go, especially if they've been in your life for a really long time, especially if they're family members. But in order for you to get what you want, to manifest what you want, to get in that vibration, even if you're not even trying to manifest, but just to get into that vibration, you got to let go of the people that are bringing you down. You want to, and it's funny because like I said, I was speaking with the ladies in the Manifest course last night, and they were saying like, you know, they're completely different people now. However, it's like they're starting to attract these good people into their lives because they are now in a better vibration. So even though it feels bad to let go of those lower vibrations, when you do, you're going to attract the people in your vibration. They're going to be able to support you and guide you and inspire you, right? So don't feel as though you're losing something. Feel as though you're making space. And we go back to like having a closet, you know, if a closet full of clothes, if you want to go on a shopping spree, you got to let go of some of the clothes in your closet in order to make room for the new. And that's exactly the same thing with people in your life as well. All right, let me check out some of these comments here. Is this making sense to you? Let me say sense in the comments if this is making sense. It's a big one. I live with the news. I live with news freaks. I just tune it out. Claudia says, I'm so sensitive to negativity and noise and smells. Basically anything that offends my sense and my nerves. Yeah. And that really, like, you guys really have to understand how much of a sensitive empath you are. There's different levels of empaths. So like if you're very, very sensitive, you need to do more work to keep those that negativity stuff, that negative stuff out of your life. Okay. So you really have to be aware of how sensitive you are. Mandy says, I did some house cleaning with friends and family. Yeah, we have to. We have to. All right, so number 3, I think I'm doing a good job of keeping track of this. All right, so now we're really going to get deep. I mean, that was kind of obvious stuff, but now we're going to start to really get deep as to why there's blocks for you. One of them it's going to be called conscious limiters. Conscious limiters. What does that mean? That means that there's beliefs that you have that you're conscious about, like you know that you're conscious about. So say, for instance, we go back to yesterday and say we are trying to manifest a $500,000 salary in a year, every year, right? There might be something in your brain going, I don't have the ability to do that. I don't have the knowledge to do that. I don't have the skills to do that. That is a conscious limiter. Like you already know that in order to get $500,000, you're going to probably have to change yourself, but you don't have what you need in order to make that $500,000 a year. Same thing could be on the relationship. And I'm going with these two because that was the most that I saw when you guys came in. If you are trying to manifest a relationship or a soulmate, you might already know that you're not ready for it. You might already know that you might have to do a couple of things before you can get that. So there's a conscious limiter because there's things that aren't done or that you do not have in order to get what you want. So we have to be very aware of what that is. Say, for example, a quick example, I guess, like when I went into therapy because of my marriage, I basically said to her, listen, I know what my issues are. Like my dad left when I was 9 years old. I have abandonment issues. Like I get that, right? So I already know that I have abandonment issues. So those are conscious beliefs that I already have that I am aware of. All right. So there might be something like that for you that keeps you. Right. And I was just about to put a story on Facebook and I don't know, it wasn't working for me. So basically it's like you can have anything that you want as long as you believe that you can. And that's what we're really diving into today is, do you believe it? Because if you have these conscious limiters, if you already know that you have beliefs in your head, those are keeping you away from your manifestation because you don't truly believe that you can get what you want to manifest. Okay, so those are conscious limiters. So that's number 3, conscious limiters. Now, number 4, we get into the subconscious limiters. All right, so these are things that we are not even aware of. We have no clue that we even feel this way. And it's funny to say that because I work with the subconscious mind, but it's so true. Our actions are based on our subconscious brain, the part of our brain that is subconscious, right? Our conscious mind, which is really what I want to talk like, is like our kind of, we're aware of it. It's kind of like our connection to the divine. Like we're just very conscious of it. We're very aware of it. Yet the subconscious mind is what rules. It's what all of our decisions are based on. And if we are not familiar or aware of our subconscious beliefs, then we cannot move forward because there's something inside of us that keeps us back. And this is why, like in my From Pain to Power mentorship, we work with both the subconscious and the energy, which we're going to get to next. But if there's subconscious beliefs that, and they go deep, right? So you might think that you know what they are, but you don't realize how it's affecting your life, if that makes sense. So you might realize like, yeah, I have abandonment issues, right? That's the conscious belief. But you don't realize how that's affecting your work, your business, your family, your relationships, your personal routine, right? Working out, eating healthy, right? You never realize how that one little thing can affect everything else. And that's the subconscious, because that abandonment issue that I had, right? It played a part in my business. It played a part in my relationship. It played a part in my friendships. It played a part in all of that. And I was not aware of that. I'm like, yeah, my dad left when I'm 9. I get it. Like, I get it. Right. But I did not get that it played a part in so much of the other parts of my life. So if you're trying to manifest a relationship, but you've had something in the past happen where there was a subconscious belief formed, there might be a reason there, a block there that's keeping you away. And that's why you can't feel like it's like a hurdle there. I don't know what it is, because it's subconscious, and you have to dive deep into the subconscious in order to release that. Okay. So subconscious beliefs. All right. So subconscious limiters. So definitely focus on your subconscious in order to release the blocks of manifestation. And then the last thing here, number 1, is really I went through all of them, right? Yeah. So is really energy blockages. So I will tell you right here, right now, 100% my belief is that energy healing is needed to heal. It's just needed. You can go to therapy, you can work with the subconscious, you can work with the mind, but you've got to put both of them together. So if you've worked with the therapist, if you work with your subconscious belief, if you've done the shadow work, whatever you want to say, but you haven't done the energy work, or vice versa, if you've done the energy work, but you haven't done the subconscious work, I work with a lot of women that come into my mentorship and they say like, I've done this course and I've done this and I took Reiki and I did this and I'm doing all these different spiritual things I've never even heard of. And I'm like, that's great. Like, are we ready to come back to the human side? Because remember, we are a spiritual being in a human body. So we have to take care of the human mind as well. We can't just pretend it's not there because it will hold you back. So you have to, and then I have women on the other side that done all the therapy. They've been in therapy for years, but they still don't feel, they haven't gotten to where they want to be. And it's because they haven't done the energy. We're all made up of energy. If you guys don't know, I'm not sure because I know some of you are new in here, but we're all made up of energy. And the energy, right? Every time we go through a trauma, every time in childhood, whatever we went through in childhood, every relationship that we had, any abuse, molestation, the sexual abuse, the mental, the physical abuse, those are traumas that get stuck in our energy. And if we don't release the energy, it's stuck there. And that can be causing the block from manifesting what you want. So if you're doing all of the work and you feel as though, you've learned everything about manifestation and you are doing all of the work and you still can't get there, you've got to look at yourself and you've got to look at the subconscious beliefs. You already know what the conscious ones are. So you got to look at the subconscious beliefs. You got to find what they are and you've got to release the energy around it as well. Okay. So energy blockages, and this goes back to the chakras. It's not just chakras, but we all learn that there's 7 chakras. There's many more in our bodies than just 7. In my Reiki Vault, I teach about 12 of them. So basically we have to release the chakras, the energy in the chakras that are holding you back from manifesting. So let me see this comment here. Donna says, I understand. I've been living with my husband for 40 years. He pulls my energy down faster than anyone. I've really worked on this the last 5 years. It's hard, but it can be done. We have to learn to block them out and not let them pull our energy down. Absolutely. You have to work on yourself, right? To release your energy. Oh, somebody, hold on. Dale says, how do we let go of negative family members that lives with you? My son. Yeah, exactly. Donna said it, right? So you have to work on yourself and come to an inner peace with you that, and it's not even inner peace. You have to understand how they are triggering you and what they're triggering inside of you. And when you know that, then they don't affect you as much or at all, really. Because you're well aware of the situation. You're aware of it, and this is what I always talk about. You're aware of the emotions, not in the emotion. When somebody talks to you or you tries to get you going or whatever, if you're in that emotion, they're going to take you down real quick. But if you are aware of it, they won't. And then the other part to that, Dale, is that you have to learn how to protect your energy as well. So there's definitely a spiritual thing around that about protecting your energy. Okay, so Kim says, how do we do that? Pinpointing the subconscious. So ask yourselves a lot of questions. I would definitely, I definitely work with a coach if you can, because other people, and I'm not just saying that for you guys to work with me. I'm saying that I invest in myself all of the time because I need somebody else to tell me what I'm not seeing, to keep moving to that next version of me. And if you were part of this group 3 years ago, you can see my journey of where I've gotten to. So it's really about, asking for help, but it's also about digging deep and going back and healing. Those subconscious thoughts are going to come up for you when you're in that doing that kind of work with the healing. How do you identify what it is to release? How do you identify what it is to release? Okay, so just trying to think what I would do here. So if I have a block, Okay, so say for instance, I do. Okay. So if I have a block of something from something, I'm going to ask myself, right? It's all about asking questions. So I'm going to ask myself, like, what do I feel like the block is? Does it feel like I'm scared? Does it feel like I'm afraid of doing something, right? And really get honest with yourself here, because that's where it really is. So ask yourself, like, what do I feel it is? And maybe use your intuition with this. Close your eyes, take a deep breath in, and just ask yourself these questions. And the first thing that comes to mind is always your intuition. So use that information. So ask yourself, is there a fear there? And then when you ask yourself, and if that's a yes or a no, then you have to ask yourself more questions to get, well, what is the fear? Okay. And obviously I can't teach you all of this in this little challenge here. So this is why working with me is good. I can go better into your situation specifically so that I can help you identify that. But that's where I would start, is asking yourself, am I afraid of something? Right. And usually it comes back to fear, to be honest, even with connection. Maybe you could be afraid of connection. Maybe you can be afraid of not having connection, but there's usually a fear there that is keeping you blocked, but you've got to figure out what that is. And you've got to dive deep inside of yourself and also be honest with yourself. Okay. Thanks, Mandy. Dee is a great teacher. Thank you. Claudia, anything that gets triggered is what needs healing. Absolutely. Dale, thank you for sharing that info. It is something I have been working on, triggers and protection. Awesome. Definitely. All right, so let me recap this because we are almost at a half hour here. So number 5 was the environmental vibrations. So make sure that you are looking at your environment and seeing what you can change and really placing boundaries. I've done a boundary challenge before, but placing the boundaries around yourself, right? Making sure that you have quiet time every single day somewhere, even if it's in the bathroom. Even like for me, I go in the shower. I'm like, I gotta go take a shower. Bye guys, right? Because that's like my quiet space where I can actually get my thoughts together and think. So environmental vibrations, make sure that you can release things that are weighing your energy down, because again, that person that has what you want is probably not dealing with or settling for what's happening around you right now. And you really have to ask yourself that question. Okay. Number 2 is, again, the people around you. So same thing. They're probably not dealing with people that bring them down every day. They're not dealing with people that abuse them. They're not dealing with people that put them down and, say mean things to them. They're not doing that. Right? Am I right? So why are you doing that? We have to be the person that has what you want. They're not settling for that crap. No way. They've got boundaries. They've got worth. They've got all that stuff. So let go of the people that bring you down. Number 3 is those conscious limiters, things that you already know are holding you back. I'm not good enough. I can't get that guy. He's not in my league, right? These are things that you already know that are there. Are they true? No, this is just your brain. This is how your brain works, because it's identified things throughout the time that say you're not good enough for that person, right? So these are conscious limiters. And then your subconscious limiters, which is things you're not even aware of. And I know that's like, well, how are we get aware of it? And you ask yourself questions and you get real with yourself to be like, where is the subconscious mind coming from that I can't do what I want, or I can't bring in what I want? Thank you, Claudia, for all those hearts. So definitely focusing on the subconscious part of the mind. We can't just, a lot of women want to just go into that spiritual woo stuff because it's so exciting, right? But at the same time, we can't forget that we're human. And I really have to start posting my hashtag spiritually human, because we're human and we have this human mind that we have to work with in order to be that spiritual being that we want. We have to actually remove it. We have to kind of like bring it back to zero, bring it back to when we first were born without any of these memories that we have that keep us where we are. And that's the subconscious mind. And then we have to deal with the energy around it as well. So we have to release the energy. Like I said, every trauma that you've been working with women who have been sexually abused, PTSD and stuff like that, because every time we go through a trauma, that energy gets stored in our energy centers, and we have to release that in order to feel better. And like my main thing here is like, I would love to help people that have PTSD and sexual abuse, because that shit will keep you trapped for a really long time. If you've been like sexually abused and you're trying to manifest a relationship and you haven't done all of the subconscious and the energetic work behind that, that's probably a big block right there. A big block, okay? And I can tell you from personal experience with that. So, so definitely working on the energy behind it as well. All right, so Kim says, working on manifesting last night. I have 5 pages of questions. Awesome. Mandy says, I have a manifest journal. It works great. And now I have a vision board. Awesome. And Dale, love all your little emojis. All right, so I hope that has been helpful. Definitely let me know your biggest takeaway in a separate post with the hashtag day 2. And like I said, tomorrow we're going to go more into kind of why toxic relationships, like I told you here today, like those toxic relationships, how they're holding you back from manifesting. And then also about, we're going to do a little energy healing tomorrow so that you can feel what it feels like to release at least a little bit of what you've been through. All right. So Anne says that from abuse has kept me blocked for 40 years. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Believe me, I work with women like in their 60s and their 70s, and they have been holding on to stuff from childhood that has caused their life to not be what they wanted it to be, because they don't go after what they want. They don't say what they need because of things that they've been through in the past. And that is what I help women get through within a few weeks. Like the program's 8 weeks, but they are having transformations, and you can see this, but they're having transformations like within the first couple of weeks. So like something that you have spent 40 years with can be over in just a few weeks. I mean, it's true. I promise. I do not lie. But yeah, so it's energy healing is amazing, and working with the subconscious beliefs is also amazing. Mandy saying that was her. She was holding on to something for so long, and within just a few weeks, oh my God, in just a few weeks, she has changed so much. So it's awesome. All right. So again, if you want to work with me, if you want to know what the heck I'm talking about, you can sign up for a discovery call up above. Or below, wherever the heck it is, and then we can jump on a call and I can kind of bring you through that. But again, it's only for people that are ready to invest in themselves. There is an investment, because you got to show up, you got to do the work, and the more you invest in yourself, the more you're going to show up, and the more you're going to do the work, and the more the transformation you have. Yeah, so she says, Kitty says, I did have a transformation with D. Absolutely. All right, so tomorrow we will be discussing all of that with energy healing and stuff like that. I will also be going more into my program tomorrow at the end of it. So if you choose to stick around and really find out some more details, we can do that tomorrow as well. And then just remember to post your biggest takeaways. Love the videos. I love the videos if you guys want. All right, so definitely post those biggest takeaways, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Oh, we're ending at 3:33, angel number. That means they're all with you. And seriously, I'm just going to put this out there for you. If you're watching this challenge and you're feeling pulled to work with me, all right, first of all, you will get the transformation you're looking for. Second of all, Spirit has probably led you here. So take a deep breath in, ask yourself the right questions, and then if it's a yes to work with me, let's do it. All right. Much love to all of you. I'll see you tomorrow, day 3, baby. All right. Bye, guys.